What's up, you guys? Happy Sunday and welcome back to Brunch with Desb. I'm your host, Des, also known as Desb. And I don't have a lick of things to say to you for what the B means today because honestly, I don't even know what I mean today. I am so foggy right now, and there's a mixture of reasons why. Number one, I still am snuffly. I'm stuffy, sniffly. Snuffly. Do we say that? Number one. Number two, it has been snowing now for like 3 to 4 days in Michigan. It's fun because it gives us a different view of the state. It's pretty, it's glistening, it's giving gorgeous. However, it's not giving anything else besides that. So I am just struggling to find any sort of happiness right now in the midst of seasonal depression. Now, at least we're not like completely gray outside. I would much rather at least have a little bit of snow. But if you're in the same boat as me today, just know it's okay. And we can just be like sad here together because I love having seasons. Like, I don't know what I would really do if I lived in a place. Well, I did live in a place. I did live in Florida. And I really didn't enjoy not having seasons. Like I liked the change up of the year. It allowed me to realize, oh, we're 1/4 of the way done through the year, or like, oh, we're halfway through the year. Like, it's a good landmark for life, right? So I would miss seasons, and I don't wish away the snow. I just wish away seasonal depression. That's it. Like, I wish the two could not have to coexist, you know? So anyway, I'm struggling today. I didn't even want to like record this podcast. I feel like I've said that a lot lately, but once I start talking, once I get into it, I love it, right? It's just like anything. Jess Sims from Peloton, she's one of my favorite instructors, says it best. It's not always going to feel like Disneyland. And that goes for anything in life, but I've really adapted that mindset to anything I do. It's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to be enjoyable. You're not always going to have a great day, whatever the circumstance might be. And so, for example, today and almost every other week, it's like it's not always going to be a week where I want to record my podcast, you know, or whatever that thing might be for you too. So I've also had a big issue. Let's just like start the podcast off with my era right now. Hair came back in, you know, you guys are like, oh, slay girl, you're in your pregnancy era. Yes. Coincidentally, also in my lazy era, I have never felt so fucking lazy in the past 2 weeks than I do right now. And I'm not necessarily acting upon the laziness, but the way my body and my mind wants to be lazy is crazy. Now, there's a few different thoughts. I was like, okay, why do I feel this way? Well, number one, time of the year, right? Number two, I've had kind of like been like sick, snuffly, as we said. The kids were sick. Maddox threw up on my phone yesterday. Like, we're battling this. So I'm tapped out, right? Of just like, I need a break. Business, like coaching, you know, I've had a lot more clients, like all these things, right? So I'm doing more work. And then I'm also pregnant. So I'm like, either all of these things are working against me or this pregnancy also in general has just felt so different to me. And I don't know if it's like, it's because it's the third or if because it really could be something different. I already told you guys my hunch. I kind of feel like I'm having a girl, but also is that my mind just naturally hoping? Because I mean, again, we've communicated about this. I don't need to make a big fucking statement about how I would be grateful for either because I think all of you here know I would be. However, I just have a hunch. With that being said, I'm like, am I just feeling really different? I don't know, but I'm so lazy. I don't want to work out, which like also hearing me, like, no wonder I don't want to work out. You know, like I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling rejuvenated. Working out seems to be a chore. I feel so much further along in my pregnancy than I am. Like, I'm 16 weeks, which is like kind of good. You know, like 16 weeks, like you're cooking, you know, you're cooking at 16 weeks. So I feel appropriate with 16 weeks, but also like, I just feel like everything is harder already. And as it would naturally with each pregnancy, right? Because you're like caring for more kids weekly, like naturally, but then you're also your body has been through it before. So it's just kind of bouncing into it faster than before. Like I think back to the first time I was pregnant with Maddox, how different my body was. Like I remember even photos I took. I was so sick. Week 18, I was so sick with Maddox. Like I think I had food poisoning or like something, right? I was so sick. And I remember taking a photo and you would not have known I was pregnant. Like I was so small, little to no bump at all. And that's very normal with your first. So anyways, then with Archie, I was like bigger, a little bit faster. And then with this baby, I would say I look probably the same, but the way that your body changes is also just, it's so rapid and you're like, holy shit. So if you guys are having baby number 2 soon, or you want baby number 2, or you want baby number 3, or you're having multiples after 3, 4, 5, whatever, I'm with you. This shit's hard. This shit gets harder. So I am just like not wanting to work out. I don't want to lift as heavy. Like I just don't feel motivated. I don't know, but it's also that time of year. There's a lot of things I think working against me. So I'm giving myself grace. I'm like, girl, you got to go till July. Okay. If you got to take a little bit of a rest in the beginning part of this pregnancy, you're going to be fine. So everything else though in pregnancy have been, floating by. Nice little dabble of body dysmorphia. Love when she comes back. It's always nice to greet her with a big smile, hey girl, missed ya. So we'll chat a little bit more about that today, but without, further ado into some topics. First off, I know I showed you guys this 2 weeks ago, and I've been kind of telling you guys my favorite lip products weekly, but this Lawless, forget the filler gloss, is just so, I put this on every morning, every night, and in between the day. It's the one lip plumping gloss I've used that works. Like it makes your lips look so much fuller without that burning sensation. I don't know what is that brand? Is it, I can see the bottle. Is it like Too Faced or it's not Tarte. I can't think of the brand. I think it's Too Faced or Benefit I think it's literally called Injectable. And it's like a lip plumper gloss. Dude, those glosses hurt. Okay. So anyways, this is one of my favorites right now. Last night we found out my brother broke his phone. So I did take him to go get a new phone today, which was always fun as a big sister. You're the one doing all the running around. Just kidding. Love him. But we did have a little heart to heart and he was pretty excited about getting a new phone. So while I was there, what did you think I bought? A new phone case, because I have a mom's trip coming up, which we'll chat about in a second. So I got this really cute case from Rifle Paper Co. It's like this really cute little flowery case, and it's MagSafe. So as you guys have seen before, I absolutely love my magnetic pop sockets. Just hear that. Ooh, crisp. And I love these because the MagSafe, you can just pop on and off other cases. You don't have to like ruin your case. But I also ordered from Amazon a magnetic Octabuddy. Remember those little suction things? I had one on my case, but again, it was a sticker. So it kind of just had to stay there, but I got a magnetic one. So I'm going to have to review that because I'm curious if it will be helpful, useful, likable. We'll see. So anyways, cute new phone case for this weekend because I'm heading out to Arizona. By the time you guys are watching this, I'll be heading back, which is also sad because you plan this time on a trip and you look forward to it and you count down the days. And then before you know it, the days are done, the trip's over, and you're already back home. And so I'm really sad. However, I'm getting out of this cold weather hoping, I've already had one flight changed from Chicago, so I'm hoping this winter storm stops so I can get out safely. I don't think coming back will be a problem. It's just getting out. But I'm going to Scottsdale, Arizona with, how do I say this? A bunch of huge TikTokers, huge TikTok mom group. And I got invited, which is so fucking random. And you know what? I'm not going to talk about myself like that. It's just funny because I'm probably the only one that's like not a legitimate TikToker that's going. Back when I grew my TikTok, I was actually in a partnership with TikTok back in beginning of 2019. They were just building the platform. It had just switched from Vine and they wanted some fitness people on it to grow it. So that's where I grew my TikTok. And it wasn't really like with a purpose. I thought the app was stupid. I didn't like understand it. And if I ever tell this story, you'll always hear me say I kick myself for it. But regardless, I am there with a bunch of A-list blogger moms, which I'm excited. A lot of us are pregnant. A lot of us are, well, all of us are moms of, I think, multiples. Oh, my coffee's here. No, you didn't. Get out of here. Get out of here. Wyatt brought me my coffee that also is in my cup that he specifically grabbed because he definitely didn't need to get me another cup. In my Disney mom era, he's consistently calling me out on my Disney addiction that I have fessed up to. I needed this. This is also by a small company, Harley & Co. I'll have to tag on Instagram. Going to Arizona with a bunch of these TikTok moms. I'm like, literally, guys, they all have probably anywhere from like 700,000 to million plus 2 million followers. And I'm there. I'm like, hey guys. However, Anna Lee, one of my favorite TikTokers, I don't even know how we connected. I found her page probably almost 2 years ago now, maybe a year and a half ago. And I loved it. She makes this really funny, just like mom content. You guys probably know her. You've honestly probably seen her videos, just even if you don't know her. She's great. We connected last summer. We wanted to do a podcast together, wanted to have her out here, but like with kids, she has 3. I'm sorry, she has 2. I'm blanking right now. I've looked at so many other profiles. I'm like, who has 2? Who has 3? I know she talks all the time about kind of wanting another one, but not knowing if they'll ever get there. So regardless, she's a mother of multiples. And she texted me and invited me like a few weeks ago and was like, hey, what are you doing these dates? Do you want to come to Arizona with us? And I was like, holy shit. Yeah. I thought it was like her and like one other person. No, we're in like this big group chat of all these moms. She sent me all their Instagrams. I watched them all. And so I'm so excited. I'm really going in quite blind. The only other person I know will be there for a fact that I have met and know is Chloe Gottstock, which we all know. It's funny because we're both pregnant now, which is hilarious because while I found out I was pregnant and she was there, she was actually like actively being impregnated seed to egg. So it is so funny. We talked about wanting another one, and then boom, she's pregnant. So we're both pregnant. We're like 2.5 weeks apart. I think like 22 days apart. So about 3 weeks, but crazy. So anyways, I know she's going to be there. I'm so excited. And it's just literally a mom's weekend. Naturally, we'll all probably do content. Like, why not? But like, it's truly just like, we're just all fucking going. Like, we're just all ditching our families and leaving. I'm so excited. So yeah, stay tuned for how the weekend goes, or like, catch up on how the weekend goes. I'm definitely going to vlog as I can on like TikTok and stuff. And like, I would love to be better at TikTok, but I have terrible imposter syndrome when it comes to my days, and how a lot of my days, as much as every day is different, they're all kind of the same. And so I'm like, why would I ever vlog this? Because it's like, I'm doing the same thing. But then I realize when I watch other people do it, I pretty much know what their days look like too, but I just enjoy it. So you guys will have to let me know, but I'm very excited. Can't wait to meet new moms, connect with new people. And it's just fun. I mean, it's just fun when you can just meet people who are in the same stage of life as you, because as much as moms enjoy our friends who like aren't moms, there's such a disconnect, and it's not anyone's fault. It's just when you get around people who just are in the same stages of life, the same struggle bus, the same issues, the same victories, it's just so relatable. You get it, right? So anyways, yeah, that's where I'm at. Sorry, I feel like that was so long-winded, but here's what I'm telling you guys, right? I hate coming down here, and then I get to talking, and I can't shut the hell up. I'm like, this is why I was such a journal keeper. Speaking of journal, I've like not kept any form of baby book yet. I don't think I'm going to. I just don't think I'm going to. And it makes me sad because I did do the last 2 babies. Like I did Archie and Max. I have a baby book for them. I'm like, I just don't know if I can. And now I'm singing out loud, and now I feel guilty. So maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know. You know what else is annoying right now? Other than my sniffles. Selena Gomez is annoying the piss out of me right now. And there's a few different reasons. And again, we say this stuff here because guess what? Selena doesn't care what I'm saying. I have one opinion. The court of opinions doesn't fucking matter. So I'm going to state my opinion, knowing damn fucking well Selena could give a shit less. And also that at the end of the day, this opinion also doesn't matter, but I want to share it because that's what we do here. So she announces, and this has happened like 7 times now, and I've let it slide. Like, I'm like, hey girl, I get it. She announces this, I'm taking a break from social media post, and like, it's her. It's her putting this on her Instagram. I need to take a break from social media. Be back soon. Well, when Selena says be back soon, she literally means I'm going to take about 12 hours off. I'll see you guys in the morning. Like, it's the weirdest energy ever. So last week she did this after the Golden Globes, the whole like, you know, cover the mouth, fake secret thing, gossiping ordeal. And the next fucking day she's posting on Instagram, like, which is just so, I'm like, girl, don't fucking say anything. It's just like when people make these big declarations and then they go back on it. It's like, hey, I'm not judging you for going back on it, but I'm judging you for announcing it and then going back on it. Like, I don't care that you did it. Like, if Selena Gomez was like, hey, all I needed to do was actually take a couple hours off the internet and I'm good, that's fine. We all do. But like, don't fucking say it out loud. Just like, go, you know, it's so strange. The other thing I could say is if she were to have gone off, and also I would argue this has to be more than like 3 days. If you're off social media for like 3 to 5 days and you're an active poster, and then you came back after those 3 to 5 days and we're like, hey guys, took a little break, felt really good, hope you're all having a great day. I'm not going to eye roll at someone doing that. Like, no one asked. It's like, if they feel like sharing that, that's fine. Like, depart without saying, and then feel free to come back and state how your little cleanse was. I'm cool with that. But instead, Selena announces both. The second thing I have an issue with is whoever the fuck is her stylist right now. Now listen, Selena Gomez is a stunning woman. She's stunning. She's gorgeous. We know she's gone through a lot of body changes with her lupus. And she's been I think she's been pretty vocal too, just about, hey, like, I'm a woman. I've grown up. My body's changed. And that's fine. A lot of us in culture and in society, when we see these people who were our childhood actors and we see them grow up, we see their body change, we can sometimes hold on to this character we once saw them at, right? And it's unintentional in some cases. So like for me, whenever I see Selena, I still think of her as like this very frail teenager, right? Like this just like thin Wizards of Waverly Place teenager. So when I see her body now, I'm like, wow, she's a grown woman. She is aged. She's 30 plus, whatever. But for some people, they can't define that different era for her. And so they look at her and they're just like, oh, she's gained weight, etc. Now, bring it back. Here's what I will say. Her body has changed. She's stunning. Her stylist, in my opinion, and again, court of opinions, that doesn't fucking matter. I just haven't seen her on a red carpet lately where I feel like her outfits are really capturing the beauty of her right now and how her shape looks and her figure and really accentuating what she has going on. I just feel like everything has not been giving her the most gorgeous, seamless energy that she deserves. So like, I don't know. I saw her from the Golden Globes. Wasn't my favorite look. And then we saw her the other night. Was it the Gram? I don't think it was the Gram. I'm like blanking. Where like it was the TV show. Can't think of the word. Fuck. I don't know. Anyways, she was wearing this reddish, blackish ensemble. She was with Benny. They actually showed up on the red carpet together, which was really cute. And it was just, her hair was slicked back. It just wasn't my favorite look. And it just made me sad because like, I feel like her natural hair is so stunning. Like it's very like wavy. And I would even argue maybe even more ringlets, like curls. And I just feel like if they did that with like a really stunning dress, I don't know. she is just, she's hanging in there right now. You know what I mean? And listen, I wish the best for her. So outside of that, we have one other thing I wanted to reference was that we saw some clip surface about Blake Lively and whatever the fuck his name is that shouldn't be casted, but is in the new, This Is Us. Wait, guys, my words are so jumbled right now. Let me find it because I cannot fuck this up. Blake Lively. And again, whatever his name was that shall not have been casteth, but was casteth. Here we go. Blake Lively and her co-star Justin Baldoni. There we go. It Ends With Us. What did I just say? Did I say It Ends With Us? I guess I was getting confused. I thought I was talking about that The Last of Us with Pedro Pascal and that girl. Love that show. Anyways, they were caught making out. Very odd still choices of outfits for this movie. And listen, I love this book so much. I'm so scared that the movie's going to be a piece of shit. It's terrifying to me. So anyways, we saw that as well. Last thing I will mention is Luke Wilson gate. Okay. So Wyatt was watching this guy last night on YouTube and his name was it Lucas Catania or something? He was like a skier. He does really cool vlogs. Anyways, Wyatt's just like missing skiing right now. And so he's watching this guy. And I was like, holy shit, is that one actor? And he was like, what actor? I'm like, the best descriptor. You know, that one white guy with brown hair. I'm like, the plethora of actors. So anyways, I'm seeing this guy in my head. And I'm like, fuck, I need to know this guy. I need to know this guy and what he looks like, whatever. And I'm going to put it on the Brunch with Desb today because I want you to see how fucking spot on I was. So anyway, cut back to the story. I'm like, who is this guy? So immediately I go to my phone. I'm like, listen, I cannot rest until I get this guy's name. You know when you do that and you have something in your head and you're like, I must find out. So immediately I go to Google. I type in tall white guy with brown hair actor 2000s because my immediate thought went to a clip of this guy. I can kind of see him in like his mannerisms. He's wearing like Y2K clothing and he's in this like very normal rom-com, right? I'm like, and he's not super famous, but he's definitely been in movies that are famous, you know, whatever. So I'm like, fuck. So immediately I'm looking up that. No hits. I look up IMDb, like, you know, best actors of the 2000s. I'm looking them up. No hits. So then I start looking up movie casts because I'm like, fuck, I have the type of movie in my head. So I look up Knocked Up, not in there. I looked up Superbad, not in there. I look up all these different just old school movies, right? Cinderella Story, Parent Trap, like, because I knew he was a love interest. I looked up Wedding Crashers, Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn. Didn't see him. I'm like, shit, there's some sort of connection here. So then I'm like, wait. I think he's off of one of those movies with multiple love stories in it. So I look up The Vow and that like The Perfect Holiday or something like that, where, you know, there's like 5 different couples in it and their stories intertwined. Anyway, so I'm like, I'm on the right track. So then I'm like, wait, did he like Katherine Heigl in a movie? So again, Knocked Up, right? So then I start looking up like 27 Dresses and any other movie Katherine Heigl was in. All of a sudden, I go back to, Old School. I'm like, wait, could he be in Old School? Very diverse group of like that 2000s vibe. Look it up. Boom. There he is. Luke fucking Wilson. So I show Wyatt. I'm like, dude, no, it's him. Mind you, this has taken me 30 minutes by now. Going through all the cast list faces, whatever. Wyatt goes, holy shit, you're so spot on. Like, that's actually crazy you found that in that, whatever. So come to find out, he was in the movie Love Actually. So again, I was close with like the love triangle movie. Instead of Katherine Heigl, it was Reese Witherspoon because he was in Legally Blonde. So again, I had like, oh my God, I was so close, but he was an old school and he is actually Owen Wilson's younger brother, which I never really put two and two together. So I also found that out last night. So anyways, I'm calling that Luke Wilson gate. He's got one of those faces that you got to remember now. So go look up Luke Wilson, go watch Old School because it's a fucking great movie. And I just had to get a kick out of that because I was like, listen, I told Wise, like, I'm going to have to tell the podcast that I did that. He's like, what? I'm like, Dad, I just figured that out. He's like, don't hype it up as much as you are right now. Because, hi. Come here. Archie has entered the chat. Come here. You want to sit by me? The truck. What are you doing down here? I gotta tell someone to come get you. Stand by. Hey. What is it? Here, come here. Say hi. Say hello. Oh, no. Say mama. Say it louder. Mama. Oh my God, you're so cute. Okay, little squeeze by. All right, so next up we have our little wellness corner. Real quick, without further ado. And okay, I've been using the Peter Thomas Roth skin injectable thing now for a week and a half. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. 100% recommend. The new Tula overnight brightening treatment, 100% recommend. Tula's two latest releases, the Hydro Mask, the H2 Oasis, and then this new vitamin C brightening overnight, so fucking good. Like probably the two best products besides their like under eye concealer and skin, like radiant skin tint that they've come out with. I just love the universal aspect of them. I have been using the Tula eye gels too. They're just not my favorite when it comes to overall quality of an eye gel and price point for what you get. So I would still Peter Thomas Roth stand for life for my eye gels, but just wanted to update you on that. Skin overall has been doing good too. I've been keeping you guys up to date on my acne. I've actually been using my U Beauty resurfacing compound and super hydrator body travel kit on my shoulders and my back. Remember I told you guys that my acne came back so bad. And I don't want to say it like is scarring, but like my skin pigment has changed so much that it's like very red. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You would think I was like on drugs. Like it's so embarrassing. And I remember this happening to me before and I'm like, oh my God, this is so terrible. So I got the super hydrator. I've been doing the resurfacing compound first and then the super hydrator to really lock it all in. Absolutely love. And as always, Tula and U Beauty, you can use Desb to save. Peter Thomas Roth, I don't have a code and I don't think I ever would get one, to be honest. They don't do codes. They don't do affiliates, which is fine. Every business has their own style. However, they do have it in stock. I will link it below. And then also I got a new Touchland. They sent me a new package, which like, thank God I'm finally on their PR list. I mean, it's about time. I tag them every day in my PPG, which I haven't done one in a minute. But they sent me their brand new mango power mist that restocked. I don't think it's necessarily new because I feel like I've had it before. I think it's just like came back. 100% worth it. Everyone's always like, there's no way I would spend $10 on hand sanitizer. I'm like, first off, then don't. That's like the first and foremost thing. If you want to bitch about it, you're not the one buying it anyway. 2, you're not going to spend $10 on hand sanitizer, but you're going to go spend $10 on a venti Starbucks drink. And again, teach their own. I personally will just do both. But then 3, you don't understand the difference of a good hand sanitizer versus one that definitely traumatized you during COVID. The amount of times I almost threw up during COVID due to the bad hand sanitizer on top of just like pregnancy, like aversion smells, etc. It was horrendous. Oh, absolutely horrendous. So we're not going there, ladies. Anyways, have that. New releases. We have new Buff Bunny coming soon. minimal details on that, but it is coming soon. We have new Petula. Well, not new, but like the fleece Petula pullover crew came back in stock. Last time it had this big Petula logo over it. Now it's just like a plain sweatshirt, which I love because it is a great sweatshirt. I had the crop version, but the Petula logo is, it just screams at you, which in some cases is fine, but some people just want a more minimal look. So they did relaunch that. As always, you can use code Desb. Pregnancy, out of breath. Not only can I not breathe, but I'm also have more breathing to do because I'm pregnant, which is like not fun. So watches, I only have a few. Teen Nightmare. Well, it's called Hell Camp. Teen Nightmare. It was like an hour and a half documentary on Netflix based off of a show, based off of a camp, survivor camp, kind of like what Paris Hilton went to. I don't want to call them conversion camps, because like it wasn't like you sent your kid to it if they were gay and they like prayed the gay away. It was the camps you sent your kids to who were troubled teens, who were like juvenile delinquents. That's where you would send them to like straighten them up. So it was like a Navy SEAL style camp, 63 days. They were multiple places. Like it started in a desert and then it moved and whatever. You have to watch it. Again, I don't want to like ruin it for you, but look it up. Like crazy story. And this was in the like just years ago. So to think that so many people got away with like stuff like this, and even to this day still do, with how big social media is, and like, because in my opinion, I look around, I'm like, people can't get away with shit nowadays. It ends up on the internet, whether someone else is recording you or you're recording someone else. You can't run away from much, and everyone lives on their phone. So when it comes to like, serial killers and stuff that we used to see, it's like those can't exist anymore because of technology. And we've talked about it before. But anyways, highly recommend watching. I've also been watching, first off, Your Mom's House. If you guys are not a fan of Christina and Tom Segura, I don't know Christina's last name. I always blank on it, but they're married. Anyways, YMH, Your Mom's House. I absolutely love them. I always have. I love comedy though, and we talk about comedy a lot on this podcast. Just like I love the art of comedy. Having like this borderline wrong content joke that you make, but it's funny and you're allowed to laugh and they're allowed to make the joke. It's just like blurring the lines, but also that's what comedy is. I don't know. I love the art of it. And to be a comedian, I think you just have to have such huge balls. Tom and Christina, I wouldn't even say they're like, yes, they're comedians. They do like stand up and stuff, but like their podcast itself is just purely them being them, but they're just funny. So I've been watching Your Mom's House clips, and then I've also been watching Family Guy compilations. And other than that, I haven't watched much else. I really want to watch Vampire Diaries. My sister just finished and she was like, you have to watch it. I'm like, to start over a new show right now sounds daunting. So I feel like that's what I want to save for like my maternity leave. And by maternity leave, I mean like the one day that I don't work and then I go back to work the next day, but I'm just not working out. So yay, we will save that. But if you guys have any recommendations on what to watch recently, let me know below. Because I am definitely looking for a new escape, new vice, a new series. I also started watching that one movie or that one show, The Truth, TikTok sound. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but this girl, she suffers from extreme dwarfism. It's on Hulu or Max. Anyways, there's a huge, you know what? I gotta like look it up now. I'm literally just gonna look up dwarfism documentary. There we go. Natalia Grace. That's exactly what it is. Natalia Grace. Her parents who had adopted her basically were claiming she was like actually not an 8-year-old girl. She was then said that it was like she was like 22, and then it comes out that she like actually wasn't. So they made this like literal child live on their own. I don't know. I have to keep watching it. It was a little bit slow to start, but definitely one of those cases I want to watch and I want to like be invested in, because it seems like one of those that, you know, won't really ever happen again. And one of those that like you kind of crave the actual answer. So that is one thing that I need to finish watching. And supposedly she tried to like kill her adoptive parents. Anyways, it was crazy. Guys, so I wanted to talk a little bit more today about body dysmorphia, but as I'm sitting here, I'm getting a raging headache. And I don't know if it's the lights. I don't know if it's just the day. I told you, like, I'm snuffly. I got a lot of like sinus pressure here. So I think I'm going to hold off on that till next week. And honestly, just praise the fact that I showed up today. I can just feel my vision start to go out. And that's either one of two things. Number one, headache that just kind of sucks and it's located right by that nasal passage and by your eyes. Or it's a migraine. And I'm almost scared it's going to be a migraine. So bear with me here. But stay tuned. This weekend, I'm like blinking a lot, I can tell. Stay tuned with me this past weekend. Catch up on this past weekend, my content, all my mom's trip. Obviously, next week, we're going to actually talk about body dysmorphia because it is something I want to chat about, especially as you get out of the first trimester of pregnancy and your body is changing rapidly and you may have experienced it before, or maybe you have not. It doesn't just go away. Like, just because I'm pregnant again and have been pregnant before doesn't mean I'm just like A-okay with my body looking completely different than it did 8 weeks ago, XYZ. So bear with me next week as we discuss body dysmorphia. Some of you guys also requested Wyatt come back on and kind of discuss just like his overall thoughts on expanding the family, vasectomy, where do you kind of go from there, as well as kind of like family traditions, how you manage the household, stuff like that. Anyways, he loves coming on. We've actually discussed having a podcast, just him and I specifically. As much as I would kind of bring him on to Brunch with Desb, I would feel like I'd have to rebrand Brunch with Desb. So I'd rather just do 2 podcasts or kind of figure it out. So anyways, I'm going to go because I feel like I'm going to either pass out, throw up, mixture of both, or I just need to lay down before either of those happen. But I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry that this was an abrupt end. I just kind of took a few sniffles, and I realized that pressure was there. That's where we end. So I love you guys. Happy Sunday. Guess who showed up today? Me. And guess who showed up to listen? You. Love you guys. See you next week.